Okay, so now we've got the sides, we're going to create the front and the back, and they are actually at different heights because of the angle that you need to actually successfully play pinball. So the way we're going to do this, it's worth noting actually that this is currently upside down. The base will be up here as a board at the top, but eventually it will be flipped around. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start a 2D sketch. I'm just going to zoom in over here. I'm going to draw a rectangle, make sure it's on the green dot at the bottom, and I'm going to make sure that it is 20 in width. Press tab and then press 170 in height. That should go in like that, and we're going to extrude that. At the moment that's extruding the wrong direction, so left click on this tab here on the left hand side. Make sure that it's flipped, and we also need to make sure that we create a new solid. This is really important every time that you create a new sketch and you extrude it, so they are separate parts. Press OK, make sure it's 420 so it lines up correctly. Perfect. We're then going to do exactly the same thing over here, but just change the height of it. So click on this face here, zoom in if you need to, left click on rectangle, create that point at the bottom, I'm going to add 20 width, I'm going to go 45 height, and we're going to extrude that again by 420. Again, if it's going the wrong direction, just click flipped and click new solid, make sure it's 420. Perfect. We are then going to just create our little extension at the front, just while we're here. So start 2D sketch again, click on this face here just above, and we need to kind of create a rectangle at the center point of this. So the way we're going to do this is, if we just create a point, we just hover down until we find a green dot, that means it's halfway, and then the same there, we mean it's halfway. We'd use the drop down tool on the rectangle tool, and we press 2 point center, and let's just zoom in a little bit so it's a little bit easier, and we find the point where those two interlock. So they should have two dotted lines, you can see it kind of interlock there. Left click once, we're going to make sure the width is 20, and we're going to make sure the length of it is 200. I'm going to press enter. We can then extrude this so that it creates a solid. We don't want it as long as 420, but we do want to extrude it by 40. So I'm just going to change that there. Again, make sure it's a new solid. Make sure it's going the right direction, so the default there is correct, and press OK. What we're going to do now is just flip this round so that you can see that is actually the bottom. And that is actually how it will be when it's at an angle and you're using it.